Kids, in previous class we learned about some landforms of the world. So let us continue with the topic. So today we are going to learn about coast, peninsulas, bays and islands. So let us learn what is coast. So coast means the place where the land meet the sea. It is called as a coast. Coast means a place which meet the land to the sea. The place where land meet the sea. It is called as a coast. Some coast are sandy and straight. Other are rocky. Some coast will be sandy and it will be straight, and other will be rocky. So coast means what? The place where land meet the sea. The land which will meet the sea. The land which meet the sea. It is called as coast. Some coast it will be sandy and straight. Some coast will be rocky. So now let us see what is peninsula. So peninsula means the land masses which projects into the sea and surrounded by water on three sides. The land mass which is surrounded by three side water. It is called peninsula. Peninsula means the land which will covered with three sides water. Only one side is land. So land which is covered with three side water. It is called peninsula. So the southern part of our country is a peninsula. So as you can see in this Indian political map, so southern part, so this is a southern part of India. It is called as peninsula because three side is covered with water. So which are the sea? It is Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal. So three side is covered with water. So it is this southern part of India is called as a peninsula because it is three side is covered with water. So what do you mean by peninsula? Is the land masses which is surrounded by three side water. It is called as peninsulas. So tip of a peninsula, it is called a cape. So tip, it is the point of the peninsula, it is called a cape. So southernmost tip of Indian peninsula is called Cape Comorin. So the Arabian Peninsula is the largest in the world. So which is the largest peninsula in the world? The Arabian Peninsula. It is the largest in the world. So let us see now what is bay. So bay is a water body running into land and surrounded on three sides by land. So the three sides will be surrounded by land and it is running into land. The bay is a water body. So water body which will run into land and it is surrounded by three sides by land. So you can see here. So the bay which is water body will run into land and it is three side, it is covered by land. So bay is a water body running into land and it is surrounded by three sides by land. So the Bay of Bengal along the eastern coast of India is an example for this bay. So next is island. So an island is a land masses surrounded on all sides by water. So island means it is a land mass which is covered with all side water. So peninsula means only three side is covered with water, but island means it is land mass which is covered all side by water. So example for this island is Sri Lanka. It is an island. So Andaman and Nicobar is an island in the Bay of Bengal or group of islands. Andaman and Nicobar Island is the in the Bay of Bengal or the group of islands. So island means what? Island means it is a landmass surrounded by all sides water. But peninsular, it is only covered with three sides water. But island is all side is covered by water. So Australia is the world largest island. So which is the world largest island? Is Australia. It is the world largest island. So in this picture you can see it is a Robben Islands in South Africa. So you can see here all the sides. So it is covered with water. So land, it is a landmass covered with all the side is covered with water. It is a island. Next, let us learn about rivers. So, rivers, long streams of water are called rivers. So, what do you mean by rivers? It is a long stream. So, it is a long stream. It is called as rivers. Long stream of water. It is called as rivers. So many rivers starts in the mountains from melting snow and glaciers. So in India, the many river will start from the northern mountain. How it will form? By melting snow. The snow will melt in the glacier and they form rivers. So they have water throughout the year. These rivers will have water throughout the year and it is called perennial river. So what do we mean by perennial rivers? The water body which is having water throughout the year, it is called perennial rivers. So most rivers in North India are perennial rivers because in north you can see the melting snow in glacier, it will form the rivers. So in North India the most river is called a perennial river. So perennial river means they have water throughout the year, it is called perennial river. So in South India, rivers are formed by rainwater. In North India, rivers are formed by melting of snow. But in South India, rivers are formed by rainwater. So they don't have water throughout the year. Such river it is called seasonal river. So in South India only they get water because of rain. So it is called as seasonal river. Seasonal river means what? Is because the water they don't have water throughout the year, they get water only during the rainy days, so it is called as a seasonal rivers. So these rivers always flow into sea. As where the river will flow, as it will flow into the sea. So when this river flow into the sea, in the middle, small river will join. So when the river flow into the sea, on the way, the smaller rivers will join to this river. So it is called as tributaries. So what do we mean by tributaries? Is when the river flow into the sea, the several smaller river will join to the main river. So it is called as tributaries of the main rivers. So what do you mean by tributaries? So when the main river flow into sea, in the middle smaller river will join to that. So it is called as the tributaries of main rivers. So before entering to the sea, the river becomes very slow. So before when the river entering to the sea, it will be slow. So it will carry lot of sediments. This keeps getting deposit on the way. Before entering to the sea, this river will becomes very slow, so and it will carry lot of sediments. So this keeps getting deposit on the way. So this sediment will be keeping deposited in on the way. So they and causes a river to break into channels or distributaries. So this river will break into the smaller channels, it is called as distributaries. It will distribute. So this river will distribute and these spread out like a triangle before falling into the sea. So these rivers will break out and it will distribute its way. So it will spread out like triangle before it will fall into the sea. So you can see in the picture. So such a region is called as a delta. So what do you mean by delta? So when this river break into the distributaries, breaks up to the channel. It will break up to the channel, this river, and it will break up to the distributaries. So this will spread out like a triangle. You can see this will spread out like a triangle. So before entering to the sea, this is a sea. So this is the main river. It will distribute like a breakout. It will break out in the middle and before joining to this sea. So this region is called as, such a region is called as delta. So delta made by the Brahmaputra and the Ganga is the largest in the world. So Brahmaputra and it is made by the, and the delta which is made by the Brahmaputra and the Ganga is the largest in the world, largest delta in the world. So you can see in the picture, this is a delta formed by the river Nile. Yes, the Nile in the Egypt is the longest river in the world. So which is the longest river in the world is Nile in Egypt. So it is the longest river in the world. Some other important rivers are the Mississippi in the USA. So some important rivers are Mississippi in the USA, the Congo in the Africa, and the Ganga in India are some rivers. So in history we find that great civilizations have always developed along rivers, as the soil is richest here and the rivers provide water for drinking, domestic and agriculture purpose. So in history, so in olden days, they people used to uh, lead their life, so developed their life along the riverside because the soil is richest here. So the soil is richest along the riverside. So and the rivers will provide water for drinking, for the domestic purpose, and it was very useful for the people for the agriculture purpose. So in olden days and in history you can in we know that, so it was many civilization was developed along the rivers because it was very rich in soil. It was useful for them to drinking, and it was very useful for them to grow crops. So this is all about the landforms of the world. I hope all have understood. So you should read the textbook. Thank you. Have a great day.